God protects us. All I do, the rest of the guys on my team and the ladies on the team, all we do is take care of little incidental things on the earth. Without the Lord's protection, none of us would be safe. So I'm very grateful for all you people who come here tonight and spend the time to make me feel good about turning 60. And I'm still working on that. I'm really blessed to have some spectacular people to volunteer in the safety and security ministry. And we do so much more than that. And great friendships. Everybody really on our team really cares about what we do. And all our meetings, every time we get together and train, we always make sure that we put the right people at the top of the list, and we always put God first. We're here to serve God, and in serving God, we serve the church. And I don't think it's anything special. The Lord's gave me a few gifts, and I just ran with it. And like I said, without the team being involved, none of this would happen. So special thank you to all the guys here and the ladies here that belong to the safety and security team. It's a very difficult job sometimes, but the Lord always seems to keep us right where we belong, and that's in the palm of His hand. So thank you all very much.
What, 6 years ago, 5 years ago, Ron and I were asked to drive the prime timers to Gatlinburg, Tennessee to a conference, and we're there for a week with him, and forged some great friendships. And Dr. Roy has shared some of his youthful experiences. Blowing up the cow pie that wasn't as dry as you thought it was, and it hit you instead of the intended target. They had fun, and I think you had a gift on your desk one time that was a skunk and a chunk kit. Is that what it was? Ron had designed one for you. Put a bunch of rolled up tape in a box, and if you moved it, it sounded like an animal with little claws crawling in the box. And he wrote skunk in the trunk kit and gave it to Dr. Roy for a birthday gift. And he had shared a story where he found a baby skunk in the barn and didn't quite know what to do with it, and saw a car with the trunk open. Solved the problem.
That's what I was saying.
Like it said on this slide, I'm going to move from my past because I don't live there anymore. Praise God, he takes care of those things. We still look back and can't believe we lived through some of the things we did and some of the things we were involved in. Broken arms, broken legs, broken heart, the whole 9 yards. I just thank each and every one of you for coming tonight. People from the orchestra, neighbors for years and years, and high school friends that the Lord has continued to forge our friendships. Tom and I sang in First Baptist Youth Choir in 69, 70 something.
Long.
Go to my Facebook, you'll see the picture.
Oh no.
Pat Moon, white tie, pink shirt, white tie, burgundy pants.
Disco is dead.
Yeah. Pat Moon, patent leather, belt and shoes.
White.
What's funny is we had a youth director and music director for the youth who had a huge Tennessee accent.
Oh yeah, he did.
Right, Pastor Steve?
Yeah.
I remember when he first came here, I don't know if any of you have spoken to our British accent friends over there. Of course, Yvonne says she doesn't have an accent anymore.
He claims his accent's from Tennessee.
The first time I heard him speak, he said, "You'll have to excuse my accent, I'm from Tennessee," and he had this huge British accent. His last church that he was at was in Tennessee. Anyway, Tennessee, our youth leader, our worship leader, teaching us kids the song. My mother came in to pick us up, and she cracked up, and I think your mom had come in, because we were singing, "You can have life if you want it." Parents walked in the door going,
Okay, we were planning on going to Georgia to sing, so
"It
that
worked.
was okay.
It worked." It was great. The premise keepers that clean up and set up and continue to maintain our church are just some phenomenal people. You saw when Ron was first hired, he was asked by the person at the time, "You know, you're overqualified for coming in and working in the operations department." And it was quite interesting. He had, then he got a call and said, "Well, we hired somebody more qualified." And they said, "Well, what, they have their own toilet brush?" And it just is interesting. God wanted him here, and that's how God worked it out. And Sherry and Rodney have been there since before Ron came, and Ron just had his, what, 8th anniversary?
Yeah.
8 years, 8.5 years. And Rodney and Sherry have been good friends throughout, and they're, what was that? You were after Ron. You were after Ron. Just a little. Would have been really quickly, because you were always here when I came.
Yeah, 'cause your badge numbers is just 4 higher than mine.
He knows all the bad.
And I would like to say something about Ron. I did not know Ron personally until I got here. And I had been here probably about a month. And I was talking about my things that were happening when I was in Vietnam. And come to find out that where I was stationed, Ron was also stationed there. But he was there like 1 month before I got there. So I saw the aftermath of Ron. But anyway, one of the places on our R&R, I went to Thailand, and we went into a certain building, and part of the building was all messed up.
Thought Ron was here too?
Talking to Ron, he and his staff were the ones that messed that building up. We won't get into that, but anyway, so.
It was an accident.
Yeah. So I'll be told. But anyway, but we really got to know each other more and more in that discussion, especially through Vietnam, and that I thought it was so strange that he was there, then I was there, and back and forth we went, and I thought that was really something else. And him being raised on a farm and I being raised on a farm, we brought things together a lot. So it's been great knowing, I hope I know a lot more out here.
Amen.
3 years ago, I was wandering Saturday nights because my children love to come to Saturday night service, and I wasn't into Saturday night service. So they asked me to become, come walk security. Little did Ron know, asking me to do that, he was going to have to raise another child. So I, went around for, 6 months or so, and then they asked me to go to the range. Well, I walked out there, they thought, I know every one of them were ducking. I was that bad when I started.
We were our best. Basically Ron takes people underneath his wing and says, look, we're going to make you as a security guy of God. And we always put God first. That's the thing that needs to be said about Ron. Put God first. It's that way. There's not a member of the security crew that doesn't put God first when they're in the building, even in their own personal lives. Thank you. Anytime, bro. 2 weeks ago, he moved up to Cert 1, so he's doing
Really well.
straight shooter now. Does it really well.
Nobody
Nobody moves to Cert 1 unless they know what they're doing, trust me.
A few people in, I'm sorry. A few people in the room worked up in audiovisual lighting and sound with us, and I appreciate you, John. I just have a huge heart for what you do and who you are. John is not just our director of technologies, he's also a pastor and our pastor in audiovisual lighting. We affectionately call George Crying George. He's in the choir, and he stands tall and looks over the whole thing and texts me, there's a weird looking guy sitting over there. But George has such a heart for people and such a heart for the Lord that if a song touches him, he truly was called to worship when he's singing, because you see it, and he's up there and the tears are running down his face, and the cameraman's like, oh, there's Crying George. But it's a good thing, because too many boys were raised with the idea that you can't cry.
He's the real deal.
And we love you, George, and it touches us, because sometimes it reminds us that we're not just there running sound, we're worshiping too. And we love you, and you've done such a great job. He's always out there. He has a heart for the high schoolers, making sure that, poor Megan just kind of went there, but, to learn to greet people in such a way, it's hard to learn something if it doesn't come from your heart. And when you welcome people who are new to the campus, it's just important that it's genuine. And we just really appreciate that in you, George. And your shooting has gotten great. It has.
Nobody shakes more hands than the safety and security team. That's how we meet new people. And if I see someone in the comments and I don't recognize them, the first thing I do, instead of standing and watching and saying, who's that? We kind of trained our people to go over and pat them on the shoulder and say, glad you're here, and shake their hand and ask them. Susie just reminded me of something. I should come up and say, that guy in that black coat over there has a big gun under his coat. And I go, what guy? He took me over and pointed him out to me. And so I go over and I said, and it's not illegal to carry a gun in the church. And I don't go roust everybody that I think may be carrying a gun. But I do like to go over and shake their hand and say, hey, how you doing? So I went up to this guy, and he stood up when I approached him, and I said, sir, one of my ushers happened to mention that your coat came open and we saw a gun. I just want you to know that, I don't have a problem with carrying it. He goes, I don't have a gun. I said, well, someone said you did. And he opens his coat, and here's this insulin pump hanging out. I'm sure the look on my face said it all. He goes, hey, I really don't mind. I appreciate that you have a security team. I'm very impressed. It was a little embarrassing, but
you use that, you be out in public and someone bump you, and
I have used that at the mall. Have someone come by and go, whoa, what's that? And I go, hey, careful up with my insulin pump. Oh, I'm sorry.
I do want to say one thing. Back in 79 and 80, I was shooting competition pistol, and Ron made the comment to Jerry, he says, "You trust a woman with a gun?" I could out-target him with a 45, and he was much better with a
That was prior to his birth in the Lord.
But that was still Ron being Ron to his sister.
Because the girls usually shoot better. Right, Robin? Yes.
But I still remember that. I'll go shoot with you sometime now.
I'm always ready to do that. Is that it?
Yeah, candles will come up.
No, we don't have, well, we have the fire inspector with us.
There's still 8 packs of candles over there.
Put the fire system on.
There's 6
No, I want to see me blow it out.
Just pour a lighter fluid on the cake and set it on fire.
We don't want to show it all over the place.
Ron, if we lit 60 candles by the time we left the last year,
Nice meeting you all. I think we're gonna head for the hills. We got guests, my cousins down from up in Rhode Island. They love it this warm weather. Exactly.
Nice meeting you.